Good evening. Police are asking for help in identifying two suspects involved in an attempted break and enter in North Battleford. Yesterday morning, Battlefords RCMP received a call to a residential property on the 1800th block of Gregory Drive. A male and female suspect were seen approaching the garage wearing balaclavas to mask their faces. Now, the suspects fled on foot after they were spotted by neighbors. They were seen leaving the area in a white or tan colored Ford Taurus that was parked nearby. After an extensive search, the suspects were not found. Now, anyone with information is asked to contact Battleford's detachment at 306-446-1720 or Crime Stoppers. It's been 1 year since the tragedy at École Recette in St. Paul. An 11-year-old girl was killed when a minivan crashed through a wall of her grade 6 classroom and landed on top of her.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Around 200 people gathered in St. Paul as they lit candles in remembrance.
Pray tonight.
It's a 1 year anniversary of the tragedy, and it's just to show the families and the community that we are all here for each other to support each other as best we can.
Brandi says the community of St. Paul is like no other and has been very supportive and respectful of the families involved.
The families and their wishes and needs, and the community itself has been just almost every person has stepped forward and done their part to help everybody get through it, and not just the families, just everybody that was affected. There was more than just 3 families affected, there were several affected.
And along with the candles, pink hearts were let go into the sky as a way to remember Megan Wilitsky. The village of Edam was buzzing today as the community wrapped up their 23rd annual Fall Fair this afternoon. And from bulls and heifers to homemade crafts and collectibles, people came from all around the region to take it all in. And as Bart Podjasic reports, the community is proud of the way the fair has grown over the years.
Steer and heifer pens were lined up at the Edam Community Center as ranchers prepared their animals for Saturday's show and sale. Owen Legarden came this year to promote his purebred Angus bulls.
It's a great deal to have in the community, and we get a lot of exposure from it.
Based in Peyton, this is Legarden's 5th year at the fair. He says buyers and sellers come from far and wide to take part.
There's some fellas here with Charolais bulls that come 6 hours just to display their bulls to these guys. It's quite a big cattle industry right around here, and an aggressive one.
And the village of less than 500 welcomes the annual visitors with open arms, as all the money raised during the 2-day event goes to supporting the local community center. David Latendresse has taken part since he was young, and says the fair has come a long way since its humble beginning.
Something that started with just a group of ranchers in this town quite a few years ago now, and really blossomed into something that the whole community is pretty proud of, and one of the we like to consider premier cattle shows in northwest Saskatchewan.
And on the other end of the community center, a craft and trade show kept the building busy. More than 50 vendors made it out this year, selling a variety of homemade goods.
Crafts like wreaths and things that people knit and make, and then there's books and toys and soaps and all sorts of things.
Organized in the community for the last 40 years, the craft show has its own legacy in Edam, and combining it with the steer and heifer show makes sure residents keep coming back each and every year.
To tell the truth, my wife lets me come to this because she gets to go to the craft show. So.
As for Legarden, he says this is one yearly event he doesn't plan to miss.
For sure, as long as they have it, we'll be here.
Bart Podjasic, Newcap News.
A unique way to raise money for cancer research is taking place in the border city. The Women of the Patch calendar was released earlier this week, and the ladies held a launch party last night. All proceeds from the silent auction raffle, as well as sales from the calendars, go to the Canadian Cancer Society.
Very fulfilling to do an event like this, and it really feels like I truly am getting my chance to give back.
Numerous gift baskets and paintings were up for auction, as well as Oilers and Grey Cup tickets. All of the donations were made by local people. Bowman is very thankful to the community and feels strongly about the cause after her own experience with breast cancer.
I feel it's definitely very important to give back. When people go through traumatic experiences or not traumatic experiences, my experience was the breast tumors, and wanted to give back to the people that have experienced it, who help people through it, and the doctors, because I had a great experience with the doctors.
More than $7,000 was raised last night. A total of $11,000 has been raised, including calendar sales. Now, if you'd like a calendar, email Bowman at blackstonephotography@hotmail.com.